How's it going, everyone? And I know all of you are an emotional wreck right now as another live service game has announced its end of service. This one actually had a lot of potential, so it's unfortunate to see multiverses going down this route. Warner Brother games in general, not the best last couple of years. If any publisher needs a course correcting, I mean, there's a lot of publishers that do these days. Ubisoft, but Warner Brothers certainly up there as well. Let's talk the big news at hand. Multiverses update. We have an important update to share regarding multiverses. After careful consideration, our next season will serve as the final seasonal content update for the game. Multiverses Season 5 will begin on February the 4th, 2025 and run through May the 30th, 2025, adding 2 new playable characters to the roster. You've got DC's Aquaman and Looney Tunes' Lola Bunny. All new Season 5 content, including Aquaman and Lola Bunny, will be earnable through gameplay. Both new characters will be accessible when Season 5 begins on February 4th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Aquaman via the Battle Pass is the first tier reward, and Lola as the daily calendar login reward. All online features will conclude to be available until Season 5 concludes on May 30th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. At that point, there will be an option to play multiverses offline via the local gameplay mode, either solo against AI opponents or with up to 3 friends. That's kind of cool that they are gonna offer an offline component. To do this, you'll need to install or download the latest version of the game and log in during Season 5 anytime between February 4th at 9 a.m. and May 30th, 9 a.m. Pacific time. After logging in, a local save file will be automatically connected to your PlayStation Network, Microsoft Steam, or Epic Game Store account, allowing you to enjoy the game offline with all earned and purchased content moving forward. Now, it is interesting. Is the game still gonna be listed on the PlayStation Store? If it's not, and you want to preserve multiverses, that is something very notable, and just to have it in your library, you should download it and log in during Season 5, because I don't know if the game will continue to be listed post-Season 5. As we get more clarity on that, I will be sure to let you guys know, and then that's something I will beat you guys over the head with leading into May 30th, because, you know, preserving this stuff is somewhat important. As of today, January 31st, real money transactions will no longer be available for multiverses, which means you can no longer purchase Gleamium, but you can still use remaining Gleamium or character tokens to access in-game content until Season 5 ends on May 30th. The game will no longer be available to download via the PlayStation Store, Microsoft Store, Steam, or Epic Game Store. Okay, so we already have that note. Should have read the whole statement before going through it, but nonetheless, that is very relevant, because if you want the game in your library and still play it via the offline mode, you will need to access it and play it during Season 5. I know a lot of you guys don't care about that, but to have that offline component preserved, that is actually something super relevant, because after that, there will be the option to play the local gameplay mode, so they're gonna be pulling the game, but this is a total, what's the game? The horror game. I'm totally forgetting about it. PT, the Silent Hill game, where that demo was available, then it got pulled, and, you know, if you have a PlayStation 4 that has that downloaded, it's actually worth value. But yeah, like, that's the same thing going on here. I don't know how they're gonna handle the local gameplay mode, and obviously, let's be real, multiverses is not gonna have the same value as that. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it is what it is as far as that's concerned. They also know, most importantly, we want to thank every player and person who has ever played or supported multiverses. All of us on the Player First Games and Warner Brother Games have poured our heart and soul into the game. We will be forever grateful for the incredible support of the multiverses community through this journey. So the game is going to get pulled forever. There will be this offline component. Hopefully they just keep the offline component available forever. It's not something where they'll affect that. Why not just keep it listed for free, have the offline component, roll out all the content? I mean, that's just a gesture of goodwill, or even charge like $1.99 for it. I think some people would buy it as a local offline title. Just put it in big bold letters that there's no online play available. I don't know. I think some people would check that out. And given it's all in-house Warner Brothers content, maybe there is some licensing stuff that would have an issue with that. I don't know how exactly all of the legalities work on that, but yet another live service game that'll be shutting down. Now, Multiverses, I remember when it initially dropped, there was a ton of interest in it, and a game like this with so many notable characters, you know, mimicking a very popular franchise in Smash Brothers, was always gonna have a healthy level of interest. Ultimately, sustainability is the name of the game here, and it's just another one that has not been sustainable, and we've just seen so many live service games go down this route, and Suicide Squad tried to go the live service route as well, and that's back-to-back colossal failures for Warner Brothers games, which I think that is going to make them absolutely reassess everything as far as the games that they're greenlighting, the games that they're releasing, and I just think this has been a bitter pill that a lot of publishers, Sony just canceled 1 billion live service games. You saw what happened with Concord. Hundreds upon hundreds of millions of dollars have been burned on these games that have been absolute failures. Now, the games that have been W's have been gigantic, colossal W's. Marvel Rivals, look at the success of that game. It has been immense. Path of Exile 2, the live service games that pop off, oh boy, do they pop off. But the reality is there are so many games coming out in this live service sphere, and they are all competing for the same thing that is finite. No matter how rich you are, the one finite thing that we all have is time. Not everybody can play every single live service game. We only have X amount of hours that we can dedicate towards gaming, and these live service games thrive on you pouring your existence, or a significant portion of your existence, into these games. Look, all my boys playing Marvel Rivals, it's flooded. My PlayStation friends list, my Steam friends list, flooded with people playing Marvel Rivals. They are sinking hours into the game every day, or at least the majority of them are. You think they're playing a lot of other live service games in conjunction with Marvel Rivals? No, Marvel Rivals is that game for them right now, and that's the reality. When you have 5 live service games coming out every week, nobody can play all of them. They've already got the live service games they're super into, and time is finite. You can't sink that much time into all of them. Now, Multiverse is a little bit different, where this is the type of game that you should be able to jump in, play, have fun for 30 minutes to an hour, and then move on and then come back to it every now and again. And there were a lot of issues with the game, but from a fundamental standpoint on why not every live service game can be successful, it is really just a time issue, even apart from game quality standpoint, where I think Multiverse has had a lot of issues with game quality as well. But an unfortunate reality is, again, Warner Brothers games, as far as what they're gonna do for the next 12 to 16 months, is gonna be very interesting. Obviously, Rocksteady, if they're doing a new Batman Arkham game, that's not going to come out for like 5 years. And can you think about that for a second? If the next Batman Arkham game comes out in 2029, that means we would have like 15 years in between Arkham Knight and the next Arkham game. And the reason for that was Suicide Squad. Wow, like, talk about taking an absolutely phenomenal studio at one point and then bazookaing them, and then Multiverse is another major live service game going down the drain as far as that's concerned. One final season with Season 5, but then it's on to the next as far as that's concerned. But that'll do it for me. Again, yet another notable live service game in this case. Think what you want about the game, but this is a notable one shutting down. If you do have interest in it, make sure you download it. May 30th, 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'll reiterate it as we get to that date because an offline component will be available, but it is getting delisted from the PlayStation Store. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.